can enable, disable, like how much logs do you want and where do you want to write them. But yeah, in the debug log, you will find typically it's used by developers. We use it a lot, by the way, in our support. So if someone encounters a problem with one of our plugins, it depends what type of problem, but sometimes we ask them to enable the debug log, reproduce the issue, and then send us debug log. Because basically in the debug log, from the developer's point of view, you're going to find much more information about like what's running, what's crashing, and where, which line of code, etc.
Exactly.
Yeah, and of course there are other log files in the operating system as well. So yeah, there are already a lot of logs. It depends, of course. Some logs, if you have a dedicated server, then of course you have access to all these logs. If you have managed hosting, typically you'd have the PHP error logs, the web server logs. I'm not sure about the MySQL server, but most probably if you ask, of course, if you are experiencing some problems, if you speak to your web host, most probably they can share these logs with you.
Provided, yeah.
So those are the logs, yeah, like for development purposes. So kind of like they're outside the scope of today's talk. Today we're going to talk about activity logs, like logs that you can use to track what's happening on your website, both on the web application level, as in the web server, how it's running and who's accessing things, but also on WordPress itself, like as in how can you keep a log of what's happening inside WordPress, because it's very important to make a bit of a distinction. What you can see in your web server log files is you're seeing who is accessing WordPress, from which IP, which HTTP requests they are sending and stuff. So you can see, like, of course, if user is logging in, but you cannot see actually specific things like if someone changed the content or something like that, because that's very different. So yeah, we're going to see the differences there, and yeah, and we'll see actually what you can do with them.